Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Eye to Eye. And guess who I have back? Miss Raisha. She is back AS to the AP because this topic was like super important. It's a whole month to celebrate it. And we did not have enough time. So hopefully today we'll have enough time because I promise you we'll do 3, 4, 5 parts if necessary. I'm joking. But to continue our conversation from the last time on the LGBTQ, the alphabet people community. Wait, you did say that was okay to say, right? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Alphabet people.
Okay.
Y'all know it's all love, okay?
All
It's all love. But right before we dive right in, shout out to Miss Jess. She still couldn't be with us today. I hope she's feeling better. And our behind the scene folks, Daniel and Gilbert and Art Man. Shout out, y'all. And my peoples out here who's always tuning in, thank you. We appreciate you guys. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you are new to our channel. We are here to help educate the Haitian community, to learn what's going on, have conversations, things maybe we did not hear from our parents, or we're probably too holy in church and they're not having discussions about it. Tune in here. We'll talk about it, okay? We have no shame to discuss and open everything. I mean, at the end of the day, we have a whole galaxy. So things are bound to show up and we don't have conversations. So Miss Raisha is back again. Hi, Raisha. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. How are you? Finally have a cool off. So
There is a heat wave warning. Oh, shout out. Love goes out to all the Boston folks, all the Jersey, all the up north people. We in the South, we get this all the time. So, well, now that you are cooled off, help us cool off too with our topic here about the LGBTQ. I'm going to start with a story. Just so you know what had happened to me. I love bright colors, right? But I'm a sweaty person, so I'm usually wearing dark colors. But before I knew the rainbow was for the alphabet people, I used to rock it, right? But then people was misunderstanding, thinking that I'm that or I'm supporting that. Me, I just thought it was cute. You know what I mean? And I also like do Zumba. We're always colorful. So I did not put two and two together until it was pointed out to me for a pair of sneakers that I had. And it's like, are you kidding? Ah,
okay. It can happen. It can happen. I think for a community that has to have spent so much time hiding, and I think, we can sympathize as Black people what it means to like have to hide yourself. You find ways to find solidarity or find pride in yourself. And that's essentially what the, co-opting of the rainbow and all those colorful rainbows are. It's like the acknowledgement of like some places you may not be able to publicly state it, but at least somebody will know. And like, and just the knowledge that may keep you safe. Somebody may be an unspoken ally, you never know. And that has worked in our favor as Black people too.
Well, let me tell you, I know all the colors of the rainbow now, okay? And I can identify all of them as soon as I see them. Like, oh, my neighbor, they got a whole flag out front. Okay, I know what that means. So now I'm definitely on. But, and this just goes to show that sometimes we may be like discriminating against people without even knowing, because it's just all a matter of knowing stuff. So if nobody ever told me, I mean, now it's pretty popular, right? You could put two and two together, but before it was something that was slowly coming out with the whole flag thing. It was not like nobody gave a warning. It must have been like, if you're in the community, you know what that means. It was like the gang code, like we here come and represent and things like that. So we could be discriminating in other ways. So it's always good to always, if you're doing things, to kind of know. Because I know in the spiritual world or in the Christian world, like even wearing certain shirts and you don't know what these logos mean, you know what I mean? You could be calling things upon yourself without even understanding, like, what's happening? I only wore a skull t-shirt. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we can try. We don't know if that's going to be a definite guarantee, but we can definitely try. So last time we were here, girlfriend, we were talking about the, I guess the what the whole LGBTQ stands for, and then we talked about the binaries,
Yes.
the non-binaries. All I was hearing was partisan, non-partisan, but okay. I'm the slow one, so guilty. So I wanted for you to continue on that list for us, because I know there's I think we said asexual. I mean, the whole fluidity is so much. I want you to give us some more, please.
There is so many. And, you know, I think we're so often caught up with like the ones that are popular, you know, either men who love men and women who love women. So it's gay or lesbian. And then you have the bisexuals. And bisexuals, like I said, it becomes more than just, you know, liking a woman or liking a man, because there's more on the spectrum for sexuality, like to be queer, to be trans. But even in terms of sexual attraction, like there's things like being pansexual, like people are attracted to anybody. If you treat them nicely and you look pretty, some like the person who is pansexual is attracted to you. For
did not make it bi though?
No, because they're attracted to everyone. It doesn't matter. That person could be trans, that person could be straight, that person could be gay. For them, it's, are you nice? Are you pretty? So that's where the pansexual comes from. It doesn't matter for them. They're like, as long as you're pretty and you're nice.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, all right. So just bring it in real quick, because I know you're of Haitian descent. You're from the Haitian community. You know how our people can get. I just want for you to tell us real quick, you know, what your Haitian heritage means to you, and how do you navigate this whole LGBTQ community as a Haitian representative. Did I lose you? I'm not sure if I lost you. But my question, I probably did lose her. We're gonna blame this on technical difficulty. The heat was too much
I think
over there.
A little technical difficulty. Am I back? Do you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, we hear you. I was gonna blame it on the heat, girl. I'm like, the heat wave is picking up the current.
Blame it on the heat.
But I don't know if you heard my last question. I was just saying, you know, you're of Haitian descent. So how do you navigate the whole LGBTQ community as a Haitian person? Like, does it really make a difference? I know it makes a difference, but I just want to hear it from your point of view.
I think it makes a huge difference. It makes me pay attention to be nicer, to be kinder, especially having my own sister and even one of my cousins. Like, you know, they are gay. They are a part of that community in a very big way. Like, my sister got married a couple years ago, and it was a really big thing in our family, especially because our family's really religious. So it was really big. Like, my parents struggled a lot. I talked to my parents. I was just like, you know, there are groups for parents who are struggling with finding out that their kid is gay like a lot later in life, like having those really big foundational shifts in like the family. And it's very interesting once you recognize that, you know, love is love, once you can put it past the shock, because the shock is really on your part and not their part once they've come to this conclusion. So it's, you know, making room for yourself, you know, grieve the relationship that you thought it was going to be and what you thought things were, and just, you know, try to accept this person for all of them versus just the part of them that society wants you to like shut away or something.
So that's really, I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right. What are you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say that's really what makes, I guess, navigating this whole thing so weird, because I'm just trying to think or understand why, as a parent, let's say you're not religious, but as a parent, you still cannot accept such a thing. I'm just trying to understand, where would that really come from to just not accept your kid, your child, or a family member to be on the other side? Like, what do you think is the cause of that?
I think there's a lot of causes. Like we can talk culturally speaking, we can talk like especially for Haitians, like the kind of environment that Haitians grew up in, or even like the slaves had to exist in for those periods of long years. Like those kind of behaviors kind of get nailed into like the culture, into the way the people function, into the family. Sometimes you just have parents who either want to uphold tradition, what they know to believe like acceptable, or they can't accept themselves and thus can't accept their children.
But that's the
You know,
thing,
children
though.
are an expression of their parents.
True, true, true. I was gonna say, but the thing is, we're the one that's making these societal rules anyways.
Yeah.
So that means, you know, we could say it was this way that time, and then now we switch it. Just like if you're okay with the advancement of technology, so I think we should be a little bit more open-minded to the evolution of humans. Maybe we're not evolutionizing the way that Darwin was claiming. You know, we were a little
Yeah.
thing in the water and we walked on land and we were some monkeys, and then now we're humans. Maybe
Yeah.
we're just evolving just mentally, but it's still an ongoing process.
Absolutely. And not for nothing, you know, we should be living in congruency with nature. And in nature, there are certain groups of mammals where population control is actual like sexual eroticism. It
Oh yeah.
goes from being from, you know, male and female controlling, you know, resources, population, partner
I'm
group,
so
and caring
sorry,
for each
Miss
other versus just
Lafond. You're
can
gonna
you
have
hear
to
me?
take that back because it was like it was dancing. So
Okay.
hope you didn't forget that thought. Just bring it back a little smidgen.
Absolutely not. So I think it's really important to remember, like, you know, we live with each other, we live in nature, we live in society, in communities with each other. And in even in nature, we have like mammal communities like dolphins and other species and monkeys where they part of population control for resource management, for caring for the community, for each other. So while we can look at it as evolutionary, especially for us as humans, given you know our society, our populations to start pairing up differently, but it provides a different sense of support for the community when you have partners that aren't necessarily focused on solely reproduction, but on supporting each other and supporting their family members. Like that's a whole different set of nourishment that goes back into the community. And I can definitely agree. I think a lot of people within the LGBT community are very loving, they're very open considering their life experience. So the
Mm-hmm.
support that they're willing to give oftentimes it's because they didn't get it until they reach this point in their life where they're like, you know, I can give back. And they generally always do give back. So I think that's the beauty of this community. It can show us, it has so much to teach us. It has so much we can blend and actually learn from if we're willing. And I think that's important for us as Haitians. Like we were the first community to come together and get our independence. So it's just like, what is stopping us from like supporting each other in all these other ways?
Facts. Facts. Were you always like a supportive person, or did you kind of like open up to the idea because you have a sibling who's there? So at this point, it's like, I guess I can hate.
I think I was always very supportive, but I think I just had a very different viewpoint of life and people, even just growing up. So when my sister told me, I think I was a senior in college, to be honest. So it's been a while, but I had my suspicions prior, but
Oh,
I wasn't like, I don't want to be in your business. I want to wait until like you are ready. But I had my suspicions. And even in that moment, I was just very happy. I was like, you know, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy that you've
you
been
are
able to like
so good.
come to this fullness of yourself. So
You
I
are so
think that's the
good.
most important.
Yeah, I'm so slow. I couldn't tell you from a
God
kid to
bless me.
see. God bless you for real. Because I remember going to this party and there was a bunch of girls in the bathroom taking pictures, and I love taking pictures. It's like, oh my god, a photo shoot up in here,
Hmm.
hey. So I'm all jumping in their pictures and posing all of that, like, yes, girlfriend, ooh, doing all the craziness. Then I come out and my was like, yo, packet my TV yo, yeah, what the? And then it's like, oh, they're gonna post your picture. And people, I was like, are you kidding me? How was I supposed to tell? I can't tell. I'm so slow.
But does it matter? Like, and I think that's what it boils down to at the end of the day. Does it matter? I think, there are oftentimes more harmful people in our communities that we think are safe versus the communities that we're told are unsafe.
True, that's because they're trying to uphold whatever standard or tradition that was created, like you mentioned, and they want to make sure nobody's crossing that line. So they are enforcement for that community. Actually, what is cisgender, by the way? I think I might be losing you again. I mean, this internet, oh, Lord have mercy, but I'm a dance.
So cisgender means
like, I can hear you, but I can't see you for some reason. Oh. I mean, I see you, but you're frozen. Okay, we're just going to have audio on Miss Lafond. I'm going to apologize. Am I here? I can hear you, but your image is not moving. I'm frozen. Maybe if but you're good though. I mean, I'm just gonna apologize to everyone from the bottom of my heart. This is something beyond our control. I'm not the techie person. Daniel, maybe he'll fix this. Well, at least we have a smiling face of hers, even though we're not seeing any other movement. This is cool. I like this as a background. My question to her was cisgender. Do you guys know what that is? Because they keep changing up the language so quick, I can't keep up. Like I feel some type of way about this whole pronoun usage, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I can't see you looking like a her, and then you want me to address you as a he, or the whole they. Like, why are we doing that? Just be like, my name Raisha. My name Dazz. Call me by that. I mean, if you want.
I think. Yeah.
Oh, you here? Okay. Okay.
You hear me?
Yes. Welcome back.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yay. Okay. Great. Okay. So I think that's a very good question, to be honest. And I think a lot of people struggle with like pronouns and naming. I had to learn a lot of languages growing up. So the focus specifically was like learning Latin and Greek and understanding how they break down language to be gendered is very interesting. It's very important to learning the language itself. But there's also gender neutral words in Latin, like the word aviatrix applies to the word of a female pilot, but also somebody that is not male or female. So even historically, they're, not identifying as woman or man. And so to be cisgendered simply means that you identify as the gender you're assigned at birth. Like when they look at you and go, oh, this is a boy, you're a boy, because you have sex organs that say male. So that means that the cisgender on that boy, because he looks like a male, he identifies as a male, he's cisgender. So and if you don't identify with your biological sex, you're not cisgendered. So you as a woman, your body, all the things that make you look like a woman is why you identify as a woman. So that makes you cisgendered. But if you looked at your body and said, I don't agree with all of this, I can't say I feel comfortable in my body all the time to say that I'm a woman all the time, those people are not cisgendered. So it's really about, also the comfort you have in your body.
I mean, I don't agree with all the guests. You know what I'm saying? That's probably it. I don't agree with all the all the facts. But in terms of everything else, listen, y'all stuck with this. Y'all gonna get what y'all. That's all I'm giving. I'm giving y'all all of this. Y'all stuck with it. But to go ahead and be like, y'all better start addressing me as a he. I don't know. Like lately, I've been reading all about, this masculine energy, feminine energy, this, that, and the other. And then you mentioning the gender neutral words. Who came up with that? Like, okay, if they can come up with that, I can come up with my own too. That's it. That's it. You know, I'm joining their committee and voting some stuff.
Well, gender neutral has been around forever.
Has it?
You know, language is
I've
always
learned
evolving.
that in different languages, you know, because you keep freezing. I can't tell if she's going to continue talking or not. So
that's okay.
But like, I know like in French, right? Or maybe like in Spanish, you have to, you know, le, la, un, une, you know, masculine, feminine. But in English, we the everything, the door, the chair, the table. We don't care if that's, you know, masculine or feminine. But I don't know who comes up with what and claims such and such is masculine. We just roll with it. So I'm feeling like we don't have to eat everything that's fed to us, you know, just like marketers. They put stuff out there, you go and shop it, and then you blame it on the fact that, oh, that's what they put out there, so I bought it. Yes, but you could have not bought it, right? So it's like, I don't know. The conversation just has too many ways that it can go, and it can go south real quick. So then tell me, does the whole polyamorous fall with the LGBTQ community?
Not necessarily, no. It can, it cannot, just because polyamory is definition-wise, meaning you love more than one person. Most people can also be in a relationship and can be in a relationship with you, but they can also just be in a relationship with one central person. So one person can have two partners, but they may not be partners to each other. They may just be partners to that one singular person. So it really depends on the makeup on the polyamorous relationship, because some polyamorous relationships include more than just 3 people. Sometimes it's like 7. Sometimes it's like little networks, which is why you have like shows like Sister Wives. So and they're not, the wives are not partners to each other. They're just partners to this one man. So it doesn't always fall under like the umbrella being LGBTQ. Some people in the LGBTQ community are polyamorous. Do you love?
Do I love? I love me. Yes, I love. I love. So now let me ask you this, because I think they're trying to put some blame on the LGBTQ community for being so sexually free, therefore messing up your monogamous relationships, right? Because according to some people, it's their community that has erupted into this big old kinky world. Right? They have a lot of fetishes. They have a lot. I mean, I would assume straight people do too, but it felt like because they're so open, it shared more. Like you have the whole world of BDSM. Yeah, I mean, that language that's another list for itself too. I was so shocked. Like I'm like, that's a thing. I didn't even know this was how is this a kink? You know. So then now it's like because they can be in open relationships. It filtered out to the, I guess, the public now, and then it feels like nobody really cares for marriage that much anymore, or nobody, like they want to be sexually free too. Would you agree that maybe it is that community that's like allowing folks to embrace their sexualities per se?
I think yes, in a way. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me okay? Everything all good?
Yeah, you're good now. Okay, that's better now.
Let me see. I'm gonna turn off my camera. Just how's that?
That is
Can you hear me better?
Yeah, maybe that was eating up all
the. So sorry guys. Maybe. Okay. Sorry guys. But I will definitely say I think it does make a difference to have, you know, a community that's all about embracing their sexuality, embracing themselves. And I think it definitely does lend to other people being willing to accept themselves and their sexuality and how they show up. But I do think some people in the monogamous community or who claim to be monogamous use that as an excuse to have very inappropriate behavior or just unfair behavior. Because I think oftentimes a lot of people in the LGBTQ community spaces or even polyamorous spaces have better communication with their partners. They have better boundaries. They have better communications about their boundaries. Like, what are they willing to have in a relationship? What are they not willing? What are their no's, their yeses? What do they consider cheating? Where are the lines of the relationship, where a lot of straight monogamous people don't take the time to sit down and do that. So when lines are crossed and things are blurred, there's no way you can safely extract yourself from a relationship or recover or repair the relationship properly. And I think that makes a very big difference. So I think a lot of people will use the LGBT community as an excuse, but I don't think it's a good excuse unless you're doing your work too. Like, are you being a good partner? Are you communicating well? Are you showing up for yourself and the person you're with in the way that you need to, in the way that they are asking to? Other than that, if you're not, I don't think it's fair to blame your bad behavior on a group of people that are so self-accepting of themselves.
Oh my gosh, you have spoken so well on this. Like, I couldn't have said this better myself, because I really couldn't. So this is so true, like that freedom. And I don't know, I feel some type of way about sharing, because I don't like sharing. but I can see why some people would be lured to the other side just for that exposure. And you're right, communication is key, but we're also one-sided in the monogamous relationship that we're not putting forth that extra effort for communication to keep it going and speak for boundaries the proper way. Because even when I'm speaking with like gay men, I feel more free talking to them.
You feel listened to.
Yeah, just because girl, just for that alone, it's like, wow, okay. But I love working with them. I haven't come across not one bad one. I'm not saying that's not bad apples, but I haven't come across any of them. And so, I mean, some could be a little tough, but I get it because they've been through some things, which makes sense. I guess because we were also slaves, we can definitely relate because they're very close to our apple tree and did not fall too far in terms of not being liked for our colors. And them, it was their sexual preferences. I don't know who was fighting to actually make it become a thing, but I'm noticing that the more we fight for something we believe in, the more it's going to become true, whether that thing is a real thing to be true or not.
Absolutely.
So therefore, because I'm like, women, we couldn't vote, we couldn't do a lot of things then. And now, listen, we're free, we're everything, and the men are going crazy. They're getting on our case. We have too much freedom. That's what happens. I don't know if they're gonna win that battle back, but oh my gosh, am I running out of time already? Okay. Last thing, Miss Lafond, I wanted to ask you, because I'm always hearing this between gay and queer. Can you re-explain that difference again? And am I wrong if I just call somebody queer and they're like, if they feel offended, what should I do? Because I'm looking at it like, I thought they were the same thing. How is it not the same thing? And I might have lost her completely. So, okay. Guys, I don't even know how to apologize someone, but I'm so glad we had that first episode where we try to cover as many bases as possible. But you guys know this is a huge community and I don't know it well at all. So I was trying to bring people who, live it, have family members in it, are supportive of it, to come and have conversation with us in the Haitian community who are being a little bit more open, but still on the skeptical side. So this is why Raisha came in to have a conversation with us to explain things a little bit. And I think, is she back? Yay, nay, yay, nay, yay, nay. I don't know if she heard my last question, but I just want to apologize once again for all the technical difficulty we're having. There is like weather issues. So the what's the word? The bandwidth is just not cooperating with us, and we just didn't want to be like, listen, we don't have to speak with them, but we just ran with it and was hoping for the best, but we had a little bit of glitches here and there. But that's okay. That's okay. This is what we do. We push through, you know. So welcome back, Missy. Can I hear you? I don't know if you can hear me, but I can't hear you. Nope. I can see that she can hear me, but I absolutely cannot hear anything. Can you guys hear anything? You know what? I'll make this a quiz time. Guys, last time we spoke about Pride Month, and she talked about an event that took place at a bar that made Pride Month become a thing because there was some beatings, some abuse. The cops stepped in, mistreated some queers at this bar. Oh, was I supposed to say gay? Anyways, can you guys tell me the month and year of that event? Tell me the month and year of that event. Put it in the chat below. And can you name any celebrities who are in the LGBTQ community? Drop it down below. We want to see what you know. Last but not least, do you know any Haitian born, not Haitian descent, but Haitian born members in the LGBTQ community? Drop it all below. You guys are interacting with us today, boy. What's another question? I can't think of another question, but I'm just gonna say that, guys, definitely be mindful on Earth. We are sharing the world, kind of like the road, you know, it's not just ours. So there's different types of cars at different speed with different drivers driving on this road, but we must all share it. So let's look at the world the same way. We're not the only ones in it. It varies. There's different groups, different beliefs, different way of living. And are we going to attempt one more time, one more again with Miss Lafond with sound?
I think so. Do we have sound? Okay, we have sound.
We got sound. Welcome back, Miss Lafond. But we are running out of time. But you can't answer my final question, though.
Sure.
Which I'm probably slow. Maybe you did mention it last time, but I just wanted to be set straight once again about the difference between queer and gay. Because to me, they're one and the same, but I was told, no, they're not. Please clear me up.
So, they are not one and the same. To be gay does not mean to be queer, and to be queer does not mean you're gay.
Oh boy.
So
why is that when it is it kind of like saying because I'm Black, don't call me African? Because I'm Caribbean?
Basically, yeah.
But on a technicality, hello.
Yeah, on a technicality, yeah. So even the gender, like queer is still like, you know, you're not somebody that identifies as like straight or non-binary, but not all queer people will identify as either being gay. Sometimes they're pansexual. So that's why it's not just like a one box check all. And then for the gay people, they're not always queer. And for gay people, it could be queerness is on a spectrum because it is. So it could be also how they present, how they dress, their gender expression, gender identity, all of those play into being queer in terms of just, instead of just being gay. So
should I like try to remove that from my vocabulary, period, the word queer?
Yeah. And then a lot of the times the history of like, there's so many words that have really heavy history the same way. For us, the N-word is, you know, the N-word. For them, like using the word queer, especially back then, it was used to like, you know, oftentimes just demean somebody or just to make fun, to poke fun. Like even nowadays, a lot of times kids will be like, you know, you're queer, ha ha ha. Like it's too often used to hurt versus like to uplift. So a lot of people tend to shy away from those kind of words. And I think that makes a difference, but not everybody would know that unless you're in the community, unless you know somebody you could ask questions to. So it's oftentimes asking somebody the wrong question at the wrong time, and you might get the right answer, or you might just get the worst answer.
Okay. I lied. I do have one last one. Please clear me up on that one too. What is this demi or demi gender? Is that how you even say it?
So the demisexuals are people who, yes, they're a thing. The demisexuals. So the demisexual is somebody who their sexual attraction is based on emotional connection. It's not based on your physical appearance. It's not always based on the identity, but it's based on the depth of the emotional connection that they have with that person.
That's crazy. So then what is xeno gender?
So the xenogenders, they don't ascribe to a gender.
Jesus, I'm done. Okay, I've heard some people call themselves femme.
Femme. So the femme so that would be
the lesbians, but yes, then it feels like so but I'm a lesbian girly, but
yes. So it's that. So it's applying to either the lesbians or the gay. Are you more girly? Are you more on the spectrum where you'll take your time to do your hair longer, you'll put on makeup, you'll put on nice dresses? Are you more feminine in the way that you present versus are you just kind of more, not feminine? So it's even, that's why queerness is the spectrum. So like, how queer are the gay people? That's a question that they can ask each other. Like, so how queer are you? Like, are you femme? Are you not femme? Like, where does that spectrum lie for you?
I've heard of the whole neutros, whatever, neutros. I don't know how they're pronouncing it. I've heard of maverick. I've heard of apogender. Okay, we're all running out of time. We can't even continue the alphabet, okay? I'm going to stick with my alphabet people. That's what I'm going to continue to say. So to my alphabet people, happy celebration, happy pride. Do your thing, whatever makes you feel prideful, happy, and queer. Go for it. So yeah, it's listen, your little bubbles is fine by me because I've watched some of y'all movies. Okay, it's in my face, so I watched it.